What's up, YouTube.com? Is your boy Ojama Garrett, and I'm really late today. It's 5:16 a.m. because I was conducting experiments for my old school RuneScape channel for a video I'm working on, but so I'm not going to get as much done today. But so the first thing I want to look at is this is really cool. Actually, I got a 0.2% click-through rate, which means nobody gives a shit. But somebody did. I didn't listen to the video. I've been listening to the video, so I know this is for sure. The average listen time is 4:56. So I mean, somebody listened to the whole thing. Somebody disliked this one? Oh my god. Oh my god. Did I respond? Did he respond? Okay, cool. I've been trying not to look at my YouTube at work so that I can come home and give you guys a fresh look. Um, even though yesterday I cheated because I wanted to. I couldn't sleep through. I was so excited I couldn't sleep last night. Not last night, the night before. I slept. Okay, so here's what happened. So the yesterday's episode, day 17. I That night before, I woke up every single hour on the hour because I was so excited to see what would happen with that old school RuneScape video. And then I couldn't. I After work yesterday, I just passed out pretty much from when I got home all the way to right now because I was so tired. Um, and I think I got in a fight with my girlfriend, but whoops. Anyway, so okay, let's look at the analytics quick. I just want to see what this is going on here. Still 50 views a day on the main. That's like this is unheard of. I think my first day one of managing 20. I think this was like a lot lower, like 10 a day or 5 a day or something like that. But now I'm consistently getting a little bit of traction here. So that's what we want to see because this is the start. This is like what if you're going to compare this to something in real life, this would be like planting your crops and now they're all sprouting. Like, you know, peaking a little interest. It's getting a little bit of sunlight. You're getting a little bit of photosynthesis going on. So it's growing. It's just growing. So it's a signal for that. Right. So yesterday I did a thing. I think I told you guys about my objective to make 20 videos in one day. And this is all 21, 21. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 18 videos. Or, yes, 18 videos, I believe. I don't know, this is from this morning, right? Okay. So that was my data for another video. I was doing experiments so I could record some live data. So I had something to reference for a different idea I had. Um, Sorry, but I did 18 videos yesterday morning from that first video I shot. So for whatever till 6:30. So the batch idea method does work pretty tremendously for increasing output potential. Let's just call it that output potential for video construction. So essentially, how it works is I have two rules. My first rule is no matter what, when I restart a day, I restart the list. So I start with my first day, whatever, managing 20 channels. And then the second rule is to what is it? I'm working on the second rule, and essentially right now it's batch idea. So that means like when I make 20 videos, I come up with an idea, a pre-plan for all 20. So I'm pretty much cloning them, and I'm just swapping a variable out, and that's going to be like like for instance, this video was should you X in 2024. So then X was my variable, but the should you in 2024 is the video idea itself, the topic, and then I just ran it down. Boom, 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 5-minute videos, and I put a 5-minute constraint on it too. So I guess that's 3 rules. Well, batching still. Okay, so batch idea is still the second rule. So then the idea is should you X in 2024, 5 minutes long, 5 minutes or shorter. I should have said or shorter because like I was sitting here. A lot of these videos towards the second half should have been 3-minute videos because I didn't really have too much more to say about them. But I was trying to hit 5 minutes as the goal because when I set a rule for myself, I go for it, and even at the hurting of the quality. When if you make 100 videos, 200 videos, 300 videos, 400 videos, 500 videos, I don't know how many I'm at now, since I've started becoming a YouTuber. You kind of I consider myself pretty dumb, so it takes me a little bit to notice my intuitions, but you build them. Like when you make mistakes and stuff like that, when I don't get live feedback, whatever. But you start to notice that you like the video less. So when I like the video less, it's a little bit harder for me to notice that what am I trying to say here? I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of something. Um, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say right here. I'm really crashing hard. It's still kind of early, but what I'm trying to say is that when you develop a lot of experience, you develop good instincts from that experience. And I should have been listening to my gut instincts from the experience I'm developing from just the sheer volume of videos I was making. So these like second half could have been a little bit better, but who knows? I'm gonna upload those today. I haven't been able to upload. I've been so inventory focused that I haven't really been uploading it on a consistent schedule because I've been trying to just cut away the fat. I've been, you know what I mean? So I've been like really trying to, maybe I can draw a picture, maybe that'll help me. Um, so, there's like video creation, and then here's like actual completion, and then this is all the fat, and I've been trying to cut it away. Cut away the fat. So this would be like looking at YouTube Studio at work. This is distracting me from work, or looking at YouTube Studio in general, just looking at analytics and stuff. Only do that during your first video, so I cut that away, and it gives me an extra 5 minutes to make videos. And then this one here was YouTube, watching YouTube content. That's not making videos. This one was like, and the best way, and watching too many videos, I'm wasting time. I also cut away this piece of fat, which was doing videos later in the day instead of earlier in the day. Because if I get up, I've noticed that like if I get up early, if here's early, I'm way up here in energy. But if I like after a work day, and this is kind of a no-brainer now that I've been so there's my graph, there's my energy levels in the morning. It's like here, but then if I could just turn the computer on and sit down, then my energy levels and my focus goes up to here. But after a work day, when I get home, I'm like kind of here, and then I just like slowly taper off until this is about 9 p.m. And then I'm freaking, if it's past 9, I'm like way below the graph in focus energy and whatever, creative power. I am pushing through suffering, which is good for like extending my circle, making my circle bigger or the inner circle bigger. Because through suffering, this picture, I don't know, this illustration, that's kind of how my brain is, and all the thoughts racing around. That's the one of the curses of unscripted. But so like through suffering, you get bigger. You know what I mean? You suffer like when you lift weights, you lift bigger weights, you get stronger, you get better. So the fat gets bigger, but then the inside gets bigger too. Anyway, so then that was a big optimization. So like this is my biggest optimization is like doing my videos early in the morning, because when I peak, I'm giving my best time to my project, and then work can get half of me. I don't care. I mean, I like my job and stuff like that, but whatever. You know what I mean? Like I try hard. But this is more important to me. It is what it is. My family's more important to me. This is more important to me. This is my ticket out of working 9 to 5s if I can figure this out. So this is more important to me. So yeah, that has been my biggest optimization. So that would be a suggestion if anybody's listening to this. If you have a project you want to do, shift your bedtime, because this is how it works for me. Okay. This isn't really. Well, this is all. Okay. I was trying to think to myself, is this worth like talking about? Because is this YouTube related? But anyway, this is managing 20 because this is how I manage. Okay. So how I optimize. So if you have 24 hours in a day, here's midnight, and here is midnight. And then like most people, and I assume I used to do this. So if you're the same, then this is for you too. So I get up at 6 because I work at 7, and then this is when I get up. So here's 7, here's 6. I get up like 6:30, and then scramble to get all my shit together, and then I go to work at 7, and I work till 4. And I get home at 4:30, whatever. That doesn't really matter. But boom. So then when I get up at this period, that means work is getting me at my highest level, and then it starts to taper off about halfway through. And then when I get home, I got like this. Oh, I get home, so I get an initial rush of energy, but it doesn't last because I've just worked my ass off the rest of the day. And then this is kind of how I go. And then you're like, I get into this mentality a lot where, now it's 11 o'clock, and I'm trying to, like, I'm below the graph now, but I'm still trying to squeeze free time. Free time. You know what I mean? Free time, because that's what life's about. You work so you get free time and have fun. But, and just shifting, and this is because my kids, I shifted bedtime, and my girlfriend, we talked about it, whatever, it was best for the kids, whatever. We shifted bedtime to 8, 8:30, whatever. We'll just say 8 because it's supposed to be 8, but I keep pushing that boundary because I want to like squeeze out of 15 minutes, whatever. And that's where the arguments come in. But we squeezed it here, so then I'm resting before I'm completely crashed out, and then I'm getting up at 3:50. Getting my morning routine done at 4:20. So now that peak energy See this? See this? So then I got that first 2 hours. Fuck, sorry. I spaced out because it is still early. I'm still in that wake up phase. But I wake up. Oh, sorry. Where's the line? Gotta make the line. So then, I'm here or whatever when I first get up with my last graph. But then I'm immediately pumping up to here. And then by the time I get to work, I'm still high energy. But then I just crash out at work and then just grind until I get to 4. You know what I'm saying? Does this make sense? So I should probably be a little bit lower. And then I come home and then I lift weight. I get that initial burst again. It's still not quite as high. And then I lift weights. And then the weights actually give me a little bit more energy. And then I'll eat and whatever. Oh, we'll stop. Okay. So that's kind of bad. I'm worried too much about this, but so I'll go to like here. So then boom, I lift, I eat, and then by the time I go to bed, I'm starting to crash. So then I fall asleep, and then this cycle works a lot better for me, and it's also better for my projects because now like I said, I'm giving that 2 hours and 30 minutes time to my project, and it is my highest quality energy levels, and work is getting half of me. I hope all that makes sense. I really hope that makes sense. I hope somebody gets some value that so what I'm saying here, just to reiterate, just move your bedtime back to earlier. Get up by whatever you offset it by. So I got up 3 hours earlier. So actually, I should get up at 8 or 3. That's what I think I should try to do next. If I get up at 3, then I'll definitely be at the right crash out time at 8, and I'll stop trying to push past 8. So maybe this is good. I love this video because I'm trying to help people out, and I'm also just like refocusing. I think this being my first video kind of focuses my objectives for the day. And like it's really nice because it's like this feedback loop. Hopefully, and as time goes on, hopefully I can help more people. But if there's only 2 people listening, that's fine. I don't care. But so yeah, right? Because okay, so I've been getting up at 6, and now I get up at 4. So it's only been a 2-hour deficit. So then if I did roll back from 11 to, I think it's 10 to 8, and that's why I got up 2 hours earlier. But maybe I could get up. So we go 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Still 7 hours. If I'm out by this. 6 hours is my minimum that I can operate, pretty good. But like I said, if I go if there's anything less than 6, then I am bad the whole next day. And I think I have narcolepsy, which means which kind of throws all this out. But I don't have enough money to go get a sleep study done because we don't know if it's narcolepsy or if like my tonsils are too big. Because I think I have a nasally voice, but who knows? Okay. Hopefully all that makes sense. Hopefully that's very valuable to people. But anyway, yesterday again, just to recap, the batch strategy did work. But the thing is with batching, there's sequential and batch processing. And maybe I need to make YouTube tutorials on this too, the YouTube tips. So sequential is where you go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So then A is where you start and G is the objective. Wait, for you guys, it'll look like that. And maybe I'll pull another paint document up. Let's just do that again. So there is sequential batch. Okay. We get the paintbrush. That is a spray paint. Batch. Okay. Sequential is where you go A is start, and then G is product, like what your objective is. So like at your job, you start a sequence, and then all the steps in between A to G to get your product, your end product, whether it be like a finished good or I'm trying to think about this in real life too. I don't know in real life, but at your job, whatever. Hopefully this makes sense with just your job example. So you do your first step. Like me, I start the machine up, then I do this, then I do this, then I do this, and then I pull the roll out of the machine and stack it on the pallet and band it up and do all those steps. That's sequential. And then batch would be G gets us our product, and this is what businesses do. They determine, in the phase when they're first starting their business, they do a sequential process to figure out a system, and then they batch it by scaling up. You probably heard that, scaling up. And then that's where they batch process. So then they'll have A through G, but they'll have 100 factories doing A through G. So it's A, B, 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 B. So simultaneously, 100 factories are doing each sequence that you figured out over here. and then they're getting G times 100 through that batching, because the reason why this is good is that it scales up, so it reduces changeover time. So then instead of having one person do 100 things, does that make sense? Hopefully this makes sense. So instead of having 100 people or one person do this 100 times, so they'd have to do A through G, then reset back to A, then go up to G again, then reset back to A, then go through G again. They have 100 people do it once, so that when they all, it's 100 different brains starting over, so you have 100 more more efficiency, because you're dispersing the load over 100 people. So now, another way to look at this, so on a solo level, because we're all individuals, essentially how one person would batch process is they determine a sequence, and then they write out, they illustrate the steps, and then they'll do step 1 100 times, because then you're not changing over to step B, so you're not pivoting. So you're not like, okay, now step 1 is done, now I'm going to do step 2. It's like, instead of like making one peanut butter and jelly sandwich from start to finish, you just, the first step, you take out 100 pieces of bread. And then step B, then you peanut butter all one side 100 times. And then you would put jelly 100 times on the next side, and then you'd put them together. And then you'd have 100 sandwiches a lot faster, because you're not using your knife to peanut butter, and you're not cleaning the knife off to go to the jelly, and then pulling the jelly out, and then and then putting the sandwich together, and then putting it on the plate, and then cleaning the knife again to go back to the peanut butter jar. You're doing one step at a time 100 times, because you'll enter flow state. And I don't know, anybody who's worked like a grindy job, which most jobs are, that's kind of what's happening. So then when you batch up, there's two things that happen. You scale up the good, you also scale up the bad. So if your sequence sucks, you're scaling up a bad thing. So then what that means is it's super important for you not to skip sequential, because that's what I do a lot. I do all this batching because I want to see the gains from it. But if this is not adequate enough, where you have a profit margin, or a profit means you have cut down errors. So when you cut down errors, you generate more profit, because it's a trade-off. You're trading errors for profit, efficiencies. But that's why it's dangerous to skip the batch processing, because when you scale up your profits, you're scaling up errors too. So if you lose $1 per sequence and you scale up to times 1,000, you're losing $1,000 per sequence, but you're hoping you make $10,000 in profit, so that it offsets the cost of the error rate. So I forgot why I kept saying all that. I don't know why I'm on this conversation, but because my baby started crying. All right, because I'm trying to develop a good sequence to create 20 videos a day. So I'm less worried about uploading, because uploading is easy. Doesn't require a lot of labor. So like that's why I have this huge backlog of inventory now. So I haven't been really uploading. So there's not a lot to see here. So on the second part here. So like my YouTube tips, I think I did upload 4. Let's see how that did. 0, nice. But we had 8 views. Roblox. Now that I've talked a lot, let's just see how RuneScape's doing. I wonder if this got fed in. I gotta talk about this. 58 views. I was expecting it to do a lot better, but then when I dove into the content, 6 likes, 14 comments. The thing I miscalculated was impressions, because look at here, 250 impressions, 12.4% click-through rate. Engagement is 3.5. That's pretty good, because that means I have a relatively decent. Oh, so they're skipping my intro. Stop skipping my intros, guys. That's bullying. It's important information. But they saw my song. Anyway, yep. But the reason why I was excited is because this was a piece of shit video, and it got 686 views in 8 hours, right? But the difference is I had 11K impressions, so I'd had more opportunities to get viewers. For this one, I was like, I woke up and it was like 40 views, and I was like, what the hell? Or when I came home yesterday, which I'm glad I didn't look at it at work, because I would have been super bummed out. But the algorithm is yet to feed me to the to the population because I'm at 250. But I mean, I feel like these are stats that would be favorable. I have a 12.4% click-through rate, which is like 3 times the rate that all my other videos are. Like for instance here, analytics, reach, CTR 3.4. But I got fed 16.6 thousand impressions here. But yeah, so I'm just waiting for this to pump. I want to see what this is. This is kind of what I've been waiting for. Oh, there's a comment. How do I go about starting to do this? Is that you just make a bunch of FTP accounts, but the long answer is that you can join the Discord, and I've aggregated all the important data to a couple of chats with a text guide and a link to a couple videos that will get you started. Not looking at work means I've been missing comments too, though, so it's been kind of unfortunate. I like getting to people, like responding to them quickly so they know that I'm here. But yeah, I'm not going to get a lot of videos done this morning, I don't think. Let's just see here. 88. Eh. They didn't like my food and drugs tier list either. Wow. Bullies. Anyway, that's it. I'll catch you guys later. Oh man. I don't know. Is there anything else important? Oh yeah. I may have mentioned this in my last video, but I think I am going to re-release my content right here, which was Mr. Beast didn't really do anything that bad, and everyone is overreacting, from August 17th. And a lot of the predictions I made in this video, a lot of my takes came out to be true. So that's why I'm going to re-release it. I was scared of the negative response I was getting because as soon as it uploaded, I got like 19 views in the first hour and some comments of people. Yeah. Anyway, see you later, guys.